You started something new for your nerves. Maybe a supplement, maybe a new routine, and now a quiet question follows you through the day. How long until I feel different? It's one of the most common questions people over 50 ask, and it's also one of the most misunderstood, because the honest answer is not what most people expect. And it may be the very reason so many give up just before things begin to change. For years, you may have been taught to think about your body like a light switch. Take something, feel better, fast, immediate, visible. That's how most quick fixes are sold. A pill for the headache, a cream for the ache, relief in minutes, but your nerves don't work like a light switch. They work more like a garden, and this is where so many people get lost. They expect overnight change from a body that has been quietly shifting for years. The tingling in the feet, the burning at night, the numbness that creeps in slowly. These signals didn't appear in a single day, so it may be unrealistic to expect them to be supported in a single day either. Here's the frustrating part. Many people start a natural routine, feel nothing dramatic in the first week, and quietly assume it isn't working. They stop, they move on, and they never find out what might have happened if they had simply stayed consistent a little longer. This is the trap of temporary thinking, the habit of judging deep support by how fast it feels. Before we go deeper, comment below where you're watching from, and tell us if you or someone you know has ever dealt with tingling, burning, or numb feet. Because understanding the timeline isn't just useful. It may be the difference between giving up too early and giving your body the chance it actually needs. So let's look at what may actually be happening beneath the surface. Your nervous system is one of the most complex networks in the human body. Millions of tiny fibers carry signals from your feet, your hands, your skin, all the way to your brain and back. When those signals become disrupted, you may feel it as tingling, burning, or numbness. Now here's what most people never consider. Nerve fibers are surrounded and supported by living tissue. Tissue that depends on circulation to deliver oxygen and nutrients. Tissue that is affected by oxidative stress, by inflammation responses, and by the slow pace of cellular renewal that comes with age. And these processes don't move on a human schedule. They move on a biological one. Circulation, for example, doesn't transform overnight. The small vessels that feed the nerves in your feet may respond gradually as the body is supported over weeks, not hours. Oxidative stress, the cellular wear and tear that builds quietly over decades, isn't reversed in an afternoon. It may be balanced slowly, consistently, day by day. This is why nutrients often studied in the context of nerve comfort, like alpha-lipoic acid. Magnesium, CoQ10, and L-carnitine are typically discussed in terms of consistent daily intake. Not a single dose, not a magic moment, a pattern, a rhythm your body can rely on. Think of it this way. If circulation is a river, you're not trying to flood it in one day. You're trying to keep it flowing steadily until the landscape around it begins to change. This is also why so many people talk about thinking in stages rather than days. In the earliest stretch, those first few weeks, much of what happens may be invisible. The body is simply being given consistent support. You may notice very little, and that does not mean nothing is happening. It may simply mean the foundation is being laid. As the weeks continue, some people report small shifts. A night that feels a little calmer. A morning where the feet feel slightly less heavy. These are not promises, and results may vary from one person to the next. But they reflect why consistency is so often emphasized. And over a longer horizon, the kind measured in months, not days, the goal is not a dramatic single moment. The goal is a steady sense of daily comfort that quietly becomes part of your normal routine. The people who tend to give up too early are often the ones expecting the river to change in a day. The people who give their body a fair chance are often the ones who learn to think in seasons. And this changes the question entirely. Instead of asking how fast will this work, a more powerful question may be, am I giving my body consistent support long enough to respond? Because your nerves don't shout, they whisper. And the support they may need isn't loud either. It's quiet, patient, and repeated. The goal is not to panic about how slowly change comes. The goal is to understand why patience is part of the process. That's why many people looking for natural nerve support are now paying attention to formulas designed to support nerve comfort, circulation, and mobility. And one of them is NerveWise, a natural formula created to help support healthy nerve function as part of a consistent daily routine. It isn't designed to be a single dramatic moment. It's designed to be used the way the body actually responds, consistently over time as part of a daily rhythm. Which is exactly why the question of how long isn't really about speed. It's about staying with it long enough to give your body a fair chance. If you want to learn more about NerveWise, check the link in the pinned comment below. And remember, results may vary, and if you take medication or have a medical condition, speak with your healthcare provider before adding any supplement to your routine. So the next time that quiet question follows you through the day, how long until I feel different? Remember this. Your body has its own timeline, and the people who listen to it, who support it gently and consistently, are often the ones still standing, still walking, still independent, years down the road. Because real change rarely arrives like a switch. It arrives like a sunrise, slowly, quietly, and then all at once.